everyone. Welcome to a chair yoga practice. This practice is intended for everyone out there. It's very often I get requests to share a practice for people that are recovering from an injury or surgery, or some of us just are aging and would prefer to practice seated. So this is available for so many reasons for you to just take a practice from a seated position and enjoy it and recognize maybe some of the benefits that are available to us when we don't take it on the mat. So welcome, and I hope that you enjoy this practice. Please share any comments you have with me at the end of the video. I would love to have your feedback. So let's begin. Take a seat. Just press back into the seat, the back of the seat, so that you can feel your back supported. So just as if we were lying on the ground, I want you to feel connected to your chair. I want your shoulders to drop away from the ears, and just close your eyes. Either take the gaze down low, or if you're comfortable closing your eyes, go ahead and just close them for these opening moments of class. Feel the connection to the earth with your feet. And then take the palms and place them on the thighs for just a moment. And then start to create some really nice breath. See if you can take a moment to draw inward and recognize the sound, the sensation as you deepen the breath all the way into the lungs. And then just follow that breath all the way back out. So as we practice breath work, I'd like to encourage you to maybe gently close the lips and take the breath in through the nose. Notice the temperature as it draws through the nasal passages. Feel it enter and expand through the throat, entering all the way deeply down into the belly. And then see if you can let the belly actually fill outward as the lungs expand. The diaphragm pushes down and pushes the belly out. And then on the exhale, draw the belly button back towards the spine and just follow that wave of breath all the way back out, the same path. As you begin to create this breath, maybe you can add a count to the breath. As you draw the breath in, notice how many seconds it takes you till you get to the fullness, and then ride that same wave breath of out and see if you can just add the count, the same number, maybe just a count longer. Begin to notice some sensations in the body. Notice the softening across the face. Notice maybe some tension that's being released in the jaw line. Notice maybe where you tend to squint or scowl. Some of that softness comes into the facial features. And then relaxing again, shoulders away from the ears. Notice the expansion that comes across the chest and through the neck. And feel that length all the way down the side body. Feel a connection to the chair through the hips, through the back. And then draw the palms to the heart center. So I always like to begin class with taking an opportunity to place an intention for your practice into this sacred space of the heart. So maybe today's intention is for healing or peace. It's your own intention. I'm just offering something for those of us that are uncertain. And once you have that intention placed on your heart, just bow down to that sacred space and seal it. Meaning we'll return to it throughout the practice whenever you lose whenever you become distracted during the practice, whenever you lose sight of what you're doing in the present moment. Lift the head, open the eyes, and shift the weight forward. So come on a little more to the edge of your seat, anchor through the feet, take the palms back to the heart center, and then sweep them up. Take a big inhale, sweep the palms up towards the sky, and exhale, turn the palms out. Inhale, breathe, fully expand the lungs. Exhale, empty completely. Inhale one more time. And this time, take a twist over the left shoulder. So hold on to the left thigh with the right palm. Anchor through the left palm behind the hip. And just take the gaze back over that shoulder. Keep breathing, nice full breaths. And then release the twist, bring it back around center. We'll sweep the arms up one more time. Take a big inhale. We'll take that twist to the other side. Over the right shoulder, anchor the right palm behind the right hip. Use that other palm to just encourage a little more twisting action in the spine. Nourishing the belly in twists and the spinal column. Take one more deep inhale. Exhale, bring it back to center. I want you to drop your left ear over to your left shoulder. Try to relax again, the shoulders away from the ears. And then take that left palm, place it just gently on top of the head. So we're not pulling or trying to create any weight. It's just gently laying the palm there, and then take the right finger's palm down towards the earth and just wiggle the fingers. Feel that sensation move all the way up through the right side of the neck, maybe even into the jaw or close to the ear. And then release the palm, drop the chin all the way down to the chest, and take a deep inhale. Lift the shoulders with that inhale. Open the mouth. Exhale and drop the shoulders. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, shoulders rise up. Open the mouth. Exhale. Lift the chin. Drop it over to the right side. Again, right palm comes up. You can place it gently on the side of the head. You can reach the left palm down and wiggle the fingers out. This is encouraging you to just recognize sensations in the body through stillness. Then release the palm, drop the chin all the way down to the chest, and we'll do that lifting of the shoulders 2 times. Inhale, shoulders rise up, open the mouth. Exhale. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale. Lift the chin. Take the palms, place them on the knees. Scoop the belly, draw the chin in and round through the spine. So this is cat. I want you to empty as much breath as you can here. Create as much space as you can between each vertebrae. And then on the next inhale, I want you to roll the shoulders towards one another. The shoulder blades are squeezing together. The gaze is slightly lifted. Don't crank your head too far up. Always be very careful of your neck, of your cervical spine. And then exhale again. So we're gonna flow now. Exhale into cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Inhale into cow. One more time. Exhale, empty completely. Inhale, proud chest, open the heart. Bring it back to a seated position. From here, I want you to reach your palms all the way out. Extend them nice and long line across the chest. I want you to take your thumb and touch your pointer finger. Inhale. Exhale, touch your second finger. Touch your ring finger. Touch your pinky finger. Open them wide. Make a big tight fist as strong as you can. See the blood beginning to puddle in the tips of your fingers, and then release it, wiggle it out. This is great for our fingers, obviously, for arthritis. And then I want you to do the opposite. Thumb to pinky, open wide, thumb to ring finger, open wide, thumb to middle finger, open wide, and thumb to pointer finger. Open wide, wiggle them. Tight, tight fist, make it as tight as you can, like you're gonna punch something. And release, wiggle them out again. Shake it out for just a moment, and then I want you to bring both of your elbows up 90 degrees, palms facing the back wall. Then I want you to lift that left elbow as high as you can, and then sweep it behind your back. So you're trying to touch the space between your shoulder blades. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, sweep it behind. Inhale, lift it up one more time. Exhale, sweep it behind, and then hang it up over here. Take the right elbow, lift it up, sweep it behind, tap your back. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sweep it behind. This is great shoulder work. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, sweep it behind. If you have frozen shoulder, this is fantastic, and hang it up. Take an inhale, rotate through the shoulders and lift the palms up. Exhale, rotate back down to the beginning. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, rotate down. Inhale one more time. Exhale, release it and shake it out. Take a couple shoulder rolls, forward and backward. Wiggle the arms out all the way down to the fingertips. From here, we're going to come into something called Spinal Balance. So we're going to lift the left leg off the earth. We're going to pull the toes back, flexing like you're pushing the brake on a car. Flex through the foot and just find a foundation through this left leg. See how much strength is available there. If this is hard for you, you can always shift back so you can have a little more support of the chair. And if you want to challenge yourself, stay on the edge. And then we're going to switch sides. We're going to check in with the right leg. Push through the heel, pull the toes back. So also bring awareness to what's happening in your torso. This is the core. We're trying to stay really strong and engaged. Nice long spine, and shoulders are away from the ears. Rib cage is drawn in, and we're still breathing. And then release. We're going to add an arm to this. We're going to lift the left leg. We're going to lift the right arm. So hold here for just a breath or two and just check in. See where this arm lines up. Is it tracking in front of your head? Maybe start to pull it backwards a little bit and really start to create space in the side body and under the armpit. And then we're going to switch sides. Right leg comes up. Left arm sweeps up towards the ceiling. Check in. Maybe one arm's a little different from the other. Really bring your awareness to that shoulder. Pull it open. And now we're going to flow, so it's really important to stay with our breath. Inhale, sweep everything long. Exhale through center. Inhale, sweep it long. Exhale through center. Inhale, extend. Exhale through center. Inhale, extend. Exhale, keep flowing with this. Let's go for one more on each side. Long extension, deep breath. Bring it back and find neutral seat. From here, we're going to do something called Sun Salutations, which we do on the mat often. We're just going to change it up and do it in a chair. So half Sun Salutation is going to start with the palms at heart center. Take an inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, place the palms on the knees. Scoop the belly for that cat pose. Take a big breath here. And then forward fold. Exhale and hinge at the hips. So you might drop all the way down to the earth, or you might just stop halfway and just rest your elbows on your thighs. Some of us might come all the way down to the mat, to the earth, and just let the arms hang. Either place, I want you to shake your head yes and no. I want you to get some release, and any tension that you're holding in the jaw and the neck is a good place to let it go. And then I want you to begin to journey back up. Take it slow. Inhale, the arms are going to sweep all the way back up again, and they're going to come back down through heart center. So we're going to add on to this for a full Sun Salutation. You'll get used to it. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, palms come to the thighs. Inhale, scoop the belly, round the back. Exhale, start to dive forward. So choosing where you arrive in your forward fold here. From here, we're just going to add two little twists on. So we're going to take a twist. We're going to look over the right shoulder. Option to extend the right arm up towards the sky. Exhale through center, forward fold. And then take another twist over the left shoulder, option to sweep the left arm up. Take a breath here and exhale back to center. Inhale, Inhale, sweep it all the way up, and that was a full sun salutation. I'm gonna do that 2 more times. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, palms come down to the thighs. Inhale, scoop the belly round through the spine. Space. Exhale, dive forward. Take an inhale and twist over to the right. Exhale through center. Take an inhale, twist over to the left. Exhale through center. Inhale, engage through that core. Sweep the arms all the way up, palms through heart center. We're gonna do that 1 more time. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, palms come to the thighs. Inhale, scoop the belly. Space in the spine, chin to the chest. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, twist over to the right. Option for the arm to come up. On the exhale, come back to center and fold. Inhale, twist over to the left. Exhale as you come back to center. Inhale, sweep it all the way up. Exhale, palms to heart center. Beautiful. From here, we're going to take a seated lunge. So if you want to use your chair, you're going to rest your right leg thigh on the chair as a little kickstand. You're going to extend that back left leg out nice and long here. So some of us might want to challenge ourselves and actually come off the chair and just have it here as a prop. It's up to you. Today I'm going to stay on the chair, and I want you to relax the left knee. Let it drop down towards the earth, and then I want you to take a nice deep breath and expand through this left hip flexor, this space between your left hip bone and your left knee. Exhale, release it down towards the earth. Inhale, extend, lift through that back left knee. 1 more time, release down towards the earth. Inhale, press nice and long, and sweep the left arm up. So we're going to take some arm circles here. If this is too intense for your hip here, your hip flexor, you can relax the knee. So starting at the top, take a deep inhale, exhale as the palm circles towards the earth, and inhale as it circles back up towards the sky. Exhale as it comes down. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale 1 more time, arriving all the way at the top, and I want you to reverse your circle. So sweep it behind, the exhales at the bottom, the inhales at the top. Exhale, circle. Exhale, last time. When you arrive back at the top, I want you to take the palm, place it behind the nape of the neck, and then I want you to draw that elbow all the way across the body. Try to reach for the back of the chair. Beautiful twist, really nourishing for the spine and the belly. Inhale, come back up, and then we're going to pivot to the other side. So as you switch sides, check in. Maybe one side is different than the other. And then we're going to arrive, option to stay seated on the chair or to come off of the seat. So from here, release the right knee down towards the earth. Inhale, extend it nice and long. So think about that core. Make sure the rib cage is drawn in. Release the knee down. Inhale, extend it nice and long. Last time, exhale. Inhale, press through the ball of that right foot. Open through that right hip flexor. Space. This is a beautiful stretch for the low back. And then sweep the right arm up. So try to draw that right bicep beside the right ear. And then we're going to take those arm circles, really good for the shoulder mobility. Exhale as it circles down towards the earth, and inhale as it rises up. Exhale, circle. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Arrive back at the top and go the opposite direction. Sweep it around. creating as much mobility as we can in the ball and socket of the shoulder. Last time, at the top, bend the elbow, take the nape of the neck, and then draw that right elbow across the body. Take a deep breath here. Don't stop breathing on twists. Inhale back up to center and release the pose. Come back to a wide leg stance in chair. So from here, we've got our legs open nice and wide. I want you to engage. So you have your adductors and your abductors, the inside, the outside of the hip structure. I want you to pull the knees apart and just pull as if you're pressing something on the outside of the thighs. And then I want you to place your palms on the inside and press in. Take them to the outside, press out. Take them to the inside, press in. Beautiful work. From here, I want you to take the palms behind the back just to support your spine. And I want you to take the knees, the legs, draw them together. Exhale. Inhale, open them wide. You can drag them on the floor. Exhale, bring them together. Inhale, open them wide. Exhale, bring them together. Inhale, open wide. Last time, we're going to pause at the center. Exhale, I'm going to lift the knees up towards the chest. So don't worry if you don't go far. Inhale, lift them up. Exhale, drop them down. Inhale, lift them up. So you're balancing on the back of the sit bones, the bum. Lift them down. One more time, lift them up. Exhale, down. This last time we're gonna hold. Inhale, lift them up. And the key here is to breathe. Breathe, hold, breathe, and release them down. Walk the legs, the feet out nice and long, so you have a nice long leg. And then we're just gonna forward fold. So belly kind of just lays on the thighs. You can extend down as far as you would like or stop short. Just take a moment to awaken the back of the hamstrings here. Make sure that if you brought any tension or stress into the neck through some of those flows, that you release it by shaking it yes or no. And then we're gonna come all the way back up. So from here, we're actually gonna do some standing postures. So if you wanna continue onto the back side of your chair, I am going to actually switch it around so that my back is gonna be to you, but I think this will be helpful for you to see what is going on here. So from here, the first thing we're gonna do is just wake up the bottoms of our feet. And how do we do that? We just do it with a rocking action. We just take an inhale, lift up to the tippy toes. Exhale, drop them down, pull the toes off the earth. Try to balance on the heels. Take an inhale, rock up onto the tippy toes. Exhale, drop it down, toes come off the earth. One more time, rock it up. Strengthening ankles, waking up the fascia on the bottom of the feet. Pull the toes off the earth. Strengthening, lengthening through the Achilles and the calf muscles, and then find a connection. Nice and strong here on the mat earth. And then we're gonna come into downward facing dog. So downward facing dog is going to be a nice, long, lengthening posture in the spine. So we're gonna come into this pose by extending the arms nice and long, holding on to the back of the chair, and find as much length as you can. Imagine drawing a line at the top of the crown of the head and shooting it all the way out the tailbone. Try to stay engaged through the core and just begin to take some deep breaths here. Notice the sensations that are happening in the back of the legs. The hamstrings are beginning to lengthen and loosen. The shoulders are beginning to open a little deeper under the armpits. Line your ears up by your biceps. And then from here, slowly walk back up to the chair. We're going to take a warrior one. So you don't need to move your chair. I'm just moving it around for you to see how I'm getting into these poses. Warrior one, we're going to slide the right foot back, plant both feet on the earth. So you have the option to hold your chair. If you're feeling a little unstable, you can always widen your stance by widening the plane of the 2 feet. And think about your hips trying to face forward just as much as they can. And then option to lift your arms off of the chair. If you choose this balance pose, you've always got the chair there in case you need it for balance. So take 2 full rounds of breath here. Try to stay steady, find the foundation in the legs, and then I want you to just straighten this left leg and then bend again. Exhale. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, bend. One more time, straighten. And then we're just gonna keep that left leg straight, and we're gonna hinge at the hips just like we did earlier in the downward facing dog, only the left leg is forward. This is called pyramid pose. Some of us might be able to come a little deeper and go beyond the chair. Take one more breath and then find your way back up. Step to the front of, or to the back of your chair, and then deepen your seat. So this is actually chair pose. So from here, I want you to sink really deep into the back of the booty. Let it drop towards the heels. You've got the chair to hold on to if you need to. Building strength in our glutes, so important. Inhale, rise up. So we're gonna do the same thing on the right side. We're gonna take the left foot, slide it back, drop in to warrior one. So I'm just gonna move my chair, you stay there. Warrior one. Just so you can see maybe a different angle. So we're trying to keep our hips straight towards the back of the chair, trying to find the center between both legs as we choose what option we want with our arms. And then we're gonna build a little strength in that front leg. So inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, straighten. And then we're gonna hinge at the hips. Just fold at just the center and drop over that right leg. So really bringing awareness and length into the back of the right leg. Some of us might go a little further. Doesn't matter where you are, stay soft in that front leg. It doesn't have to be locked out. And then inhale, come all the way back up. Step it to the front, and we're gonna take that chair pose again. So the front of the legs, the hip flexor, the back of the legs, the glute are really important in our stride. So drop down, finding chair pose. As we go through injuries or we age, we really need to keep those two things strong so that we're not shuffling, so that we find a lot of strength as we walk to and from. So really get deep. Feel a little warmth in both of those areas, and then inhale, rise up, shake it out. So from here, we're gonna come into warrior two. So warrior two, the chair is gonna be to your right hip here, okay? And you're gonna extend the left leg out nice and long, right leg long, and you're just gonna bend in the left knee. So your hips are gonna turn towards the back of your chair. So your hips are gonna turn to the right. They're no longer facing front, they're facing the side. And then your arms are gonna extend in a nice long line if it's available. If it's not, you can keep holding the chair. That's absolutely fine. So this is warrior two. This is more into the inner thighs, the groin of the legs, and we're gonna do the same little series here. We're gonna inhale, straighten the left leg, exhale, drop it down. Inhale, straighten, exhale, down. Inhale, straighten, take the left arm, reach it up, and maybe you can take a little tiny bend towards the back of your mat. Opening the left rib cage, which is fantastic for the ribs to separate and create more space for our lungs. Come back through, find warrior two again, and then straighten, pivot, come into the right side. So finding your warrior two, it's probably wider than your warrior one. Your hips are turning to the back of your chair. They're facing the left side of your body. So find some strength, find a challenge in your right quadricep, and then options where your arms are going to arrive. And it may change from day to day. Everybody's practice, everybody's body does. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, find that challenge. Inhale, straighten. Exhale. Inhale, straighten. Maybe you can take a reverse triangle. You can extend, create a long invisible line from your right fingers all the way through the right body down to your right heel. Inhale back into warrior two. Straighten the leg. Come back to center. Shake it out. So from here, we're going to take tree pose. So option to, you can keep using your chair. Option to take the left foot, actively press into the earth, and take the right foot and find where your chair pose is for you. Doesn't mean that the right foot ever has to leave the earth. The action is coming through the left side of the body. It is coming from the base of the foot all the way up the ankle, through the side body, core, all the way to the crown of the head. So actively challenging yourself in a balance pose doesn't mean that you ever have to leave the earth necessarily with a balance. It's just finding stillness and steadiness. Find something that you can focus on. It's called a drishti. Something that doesn't move in your line of sight. This balancing takes a lot of clarity in the mind, a lot of focus. It's more than just a asana, a posture. And then release the pose. We'll try the other side. So as you come into the other side, again, bring all that awareness into the right side of the body, beginning at the bottom of the body. Build the pose from the ground up. We often say ground through the earth. So push away, but at the same time, feel rooted. And then actually, I want you to be really aware of what's happening in the hip. So when we rotate into tree pose, oftentimes I see people rotate like this, move their whole torso, or their pelvis moves with them. I want the rotation to be in the hip joint itself, in the ball and the socket of the hip. So if that means your turnout's just like this, that's enough. That will maybe begin to open deeper for you. Even if it doesn't, that's where the rotation needs to come from. That's the authenticity of the pose, and that's where it's going to serve us best. So finding whatever rotation's available, find your stillness. Take one more breath, and then release the pose, shake it out. So we're going to finish with a few curtsy poses. So I'm going to turn back around so you can see what I mean by that. Working a little bit of strength into, again, the abductors, and a little bit into the hips. So I want you to sweep your left leg out, and I want you to take it behind the right leg and drop down your hips. You may not go far. You'll feel it in the two hips. And then inhale, come back up and sweep it back out. Place it on the earth. Inhale, right leg sweeps out. Exhale, crosses behind and curtsy. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, down. Inhale, sweep to the left. Exhale, maybe you can curtsy and find balance. Inhale, sweep it to the left and back down. Inhale to the right. Exhale, drop the hips down. Deepen that opening in the hips. Inhale to the right. One more time. Lift to the left. Drop it behind you. Squat down. Lift back up. And last right side. Exhale. Drop down. Inhale back up. And exhale. Shake it out. And then come back into your chair. So I'm going to come back around into my seat. We're going to finish up with 2 pigeon poses. So I love pigeon, and I remind people all the time, It's always available to you while you're sitting, working at your computer, at your desk, watching TV, having a conversation. Get into those hips. So anchor through the left leg, take the right ankle, foot, place it on top of the left thigh. So from here, just sit for a moment. Just start to feel this sort of awakening in that right hip. And this may be super intense for you and you may just want to stay here. For some of us, it might be a little more available to start to hinge at the hips and drop forward slightly. Some of us can come really deep. We're going to hold here for about 30 seconds. So I want you to come into a place where you can get really involved in your breath. I want you to deepen the breath. Begin to reconnect with it as you did at the beginning of class. Maybe add a count. Try to keep the shoulders soft and away from the ears if you notice they're beginning to creep back up, as mine often do. If a pose is uncomfortable for you, notice if your breath is getting short and choppy and start to try to smooth it out. And then inhale, come all the way back up. We're going to switch sides. The chair's a little tall for me, so taking the left foot, place it on top of the right thigh. And then from here, check in. One hip might be way different from the other. As you explore how that feels in your body, choose how you want to arrive in the pose. If you've become distracted by anything, maybe return to the intention that you set at the beginning of class. Mine was an intention of peace and healing. It brings us back to the present moment. Helps us stay connected to the body, the mind, the spirit. Bring it all the way back up. Take that leg, place it back down on the earth, and then slowly begin to slide the hips back to the back seat of the chair. Find that support that we found in the very beginning of class. So we're going to end class very similar to the way we started, feeling connected to our chair, to the earth, through the feet. The only difference is we're going to flip our palms up on the top of the legs. This is a receiving gesture, a mudra of the palms, opening them up towards the universe, towards the heavenly skies, closing the eyes again, or just drawing the gaze back down towards the earth. Take a moment to just be still. Feel the changes that have occurred physically in the body. Maybe you have created some more space in your physical vessel. Maybe you feel a little more alive from creating a little more heart rate increasing, supplying more oxygen to the body. Maybe your mind feels a little clearer and steadier. Maybe the connection that you made with spirit creates some peace and some calmness in your heart. All of these things are gifts that you provided yourself by pausing, taking a moment to practice. Take the palms back to the heart center. It's an honor to share this practice with you. May you go in light, love, and peace. Shine on. Namaste.